Welcome to Expo 2020.
What is Expo? Should you visit Expo 2020 in Dubai? Which countries have the most interesting pavilions? What is really great to do while visiting Expo? How to enjoy yourself in such a huge place? Let's check it out.
Expo 2020 is happening from last year, actually 2021, until now, 2022, until March, so you have still a chance to visit Expo. This Expo is incredibly huge. Almost every country is represented here, including countries like Palestine and small islands, so it's amazing to visit different pavilions, and we will show you the most beautiful ones.
This is the official passport of Expo 2020. You can get it in every store, official store of Expo here. It costs about €5, I think, and it's a great thing actually. It's not just for kids. You can, well, basically you can put your information here, and then you can collect all the stamps from different pavilions. They are very beautiful. Some of them are very original. Inside you also have a small map, although it's like super small.
As you can see here, like Expo has different districts. There is the green one, sustainable. There is the kind of yellow-orange, which is the opportunity district. There is the blue one, which is the mobility district. And there are some other pavilions that are in the different areas. And they all together come to this some kind of arena where some concerts are happening or some special events. And it's really huge. When we came to Dubai, actually first time in November, we thought that like we will just visit Expo for like a day or two, and that's it. But we really enjoy it. It's you need really a lot of time, especially if you want to visit some huge pavilions. You can spend in some of them even like 2 or 3 hours. So as there are like over 200 pavilions, you can visit like Expo for like 5 or 6 days, even more. And yeah, we actually recommend you to go to visit during the weekdays. It's a bit less crowded. So it's 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. We just finished this morning run here in Expo, which is also one of the activities that you can do here. You will get this free t-shirt and yeah, a really nice atmosphere. And we thought that like it's actually the last chance to visit the German pavilion, sorry. And actually there were already people waiting before the pavilion is actually starting. So again, the waiting time, I think it's around 60 or 90 minutes. So yeah, we will skip it.
Being in Expo in the morning is actually very pleasant because there's like almost no people here, so it's gonna be way quicker for you if you want to visit some pavilions, but not all of them, because some pavilions are crowded even from the morning, but most of them are actually empty, so we recommend you to go here since like 10 in the morning, so you can enjoy it better. Are visiting only the big pavilions, which are of course amazing, but a lot of the times there is huge queues. You have to wait a lot, or it takes a long time to just go through them. There are also the smaller pavilions, like here behind me, for example, there's Estonia, which I personally think is one of the best ones, and I think you would like it as well.
Also, the advantage of the small pavilions is that in case you don't really like it, it's very easy to exit because it's just a very small pavilion. Like usually, like in this building, there are 2 or 3 pavilions in the same building, and so you can get through it very quickly. You don't have to wait. pavilions. You can also get some specific gifts, like right now you are in Jordan, like they get like this kind of flag and bracelets. Also like in different pavilion, we got this bag just to like after writing the survey, and you can also win some prizes in some pavilions if you make a competition. If you do this kind of service, you can win some prizes, etc. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You can also taste some local products, or also you can buy some stuff in their shops. One of the pavilions that like people are mostly excited to visit is actually the Japanese pavilion that we have finally visited. It took us many days. In the autumn, actually in November, it was impossible to enter because the waiting time was really very long. It usually was like around 2 hours. So, and now they changed it, and they basically provide the smart queues, which is great, but not for so many people who are here just for one day and they want to visit the Japanese pavilion during this single day, and usually they're upset, and so it's a bit complicated to visit this pavilion. Anyway, it's interesting, but maybe not so much worth it to do it if you have just a single day to visit Expo. So why we are staying next to this amazing futuristic little car, Teresa will tell you the pavilions that were actually for us the most interesting ones.
Yeah, so I think one of the best ones is definitely South Korea. It's creative, you can find a lot about the country, and also they have different things like competitions, some kind of artistic shows or whatever, so it's pretty cool to visit it, although the waiting time can be also pretty long. Another one is definitely Kazakhstan, which
It's a huge surprise.
It's a huge surprise. There's a huge pavilion, and the people are super nice over there. They also have some shows, and we definitely recommend that one. So another one is definitely Luxembourg, which also has a huge pavilion, even though it's a super small country. It's actually very interesting, and they have like a slide inside, so if you want to have some fun, it's pretty cool. Then we can also recommend UAE Pavilion, which is of course like the biggest one over here, but it's also pretty fun, and it has like actual sand inside the building, so that's pretty cool. The other ones we can recommend you to visit is, for example, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Czech Republic, Singapore, Morocco, Indonesia, Hungary. And because everyone just speaks about the big pavilions, but there are of course a lot of the smaller ones. For example, Kyrgyzstan, the people are like really friendly. You can try some local honey with different flavors. And the last one I would mention is, for example, Slovakia, which also has a lot of information about the country. You can also see like the smallest
Futuristic.
house for people like. So when it comes to food in Expo, it's actually pretty cool in a way, because basically every pavilion has its own restaurant, so you can try local food from Thailand, from Czech Republic, from Saudi Arabia, from basically everywhere, which is really cool. On the other hand, the food is really overpriced here. Like one beer will cost you like 10 euros or something, so that's really crazy. So what we do and what we recommend you to do is to bring your own food here. It's possible. You can bring, I don't know, some snacks or anything.
So what are the pavilions to avoid in Expo? Most probably, it depends. Because there are some pavilions to avoid because there is a long waiting time. They don't have the smart queues, and there are some pavilions that are just not interesting. So, in our views, but obviously it's not that horrible because like the waiting time wasn't that long. So and maybe actually it can be interesting for you, but for us, French pavilion was not that much interesting. Norway was kind of boring for us. Maybe Bahrain or Kuwait. There is also pavilion of United States or Canada that you didn't find that much interesting. Give me some. And maybe even the UK pavilion, but for a lot of people the UK pavilion is pretty boring. But for us at least it was a little bit creative. So and you can have it like. The visit can be in 10 minutes, so those that the waiting time is really long. So first one probably is Germany. The waiting time is like usually around 90 minutes. The second one definitely Egypt. The waiting time was around 60 minutes, and the Japanese pavilion used to be actually the pavilion with the longest waiting time. Now they changed it. You can only book it from the smart queue, and then maybe like Saudi Arabia or Emirates pavilion. The country's pavilion is pretty long, but at least in the United Arab Emirates pavilion you can sit down while waiting, so maybe it's a little bit more comfortable. And there's also smart queue, so maybe it helps you a bit. Okay, so regarding the smart queue system, the smart queues here are not really smart, except a few exceptions, but in general, well, you can book smart queue for some pavilions. You don't need it at all. Most of the smaller pavilions, even some bigger pavilions, they have basically zero waiting time, so you just waste time booking some smart queue for some of those pavilions. And those pavilions that you really needed, like German pavilion, Egyptian pavilion, or before Japanese, they don't have it. So we are coming to an end. I hope you liked the video about Expo. We will see you in 3 years in Osaka, hopefully, for Expo 2025. And like one more thing about this Expo, it's actually pretty impressive because it's huge, and this whole neighborhood will not just go to zero. Like they will leave some of the buildings here as a mobility pavilion, sustainability, the whole plaza, etc. Even the UAE pavilion will stay, and maybe even some other pavilions, and the rest will be available for new development buildings, new real estate, new commercial centers. It will become like a new village basically, or a district in Dubai, and I think it's pretty cool, and I'm really excited to come back here in half a year and maybe like see basically new part of Dubai. So see you next time. You can find also cats here. If they like you, they will come to you very closely.